Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 17th. This week, you have a very good week this week coming in. The first card you have is the Joker. This is an interesting card. It represents the superpowers of Gemini in a lot of ways. It represents being able to juggle a bunch of situations at once and have it not be too much. I always say that people who don't have this card, they think in very straight lines. They think in point A, point B. But then there are the people who have this card. The people who have this card usually have it for about 6 months, unless you're born under the Joker, then you have it for your entire life. But that's a very positive thing to be born under. Having this superpower is amazing. But when you have this card, it usually lasts about 6 months, the energy around it, and it's like you think like all over the place. You're thinking of like a million different things at once. You have another card that represents this that we're going to get into in just a second, but it represents thinking about a lot of things. I always tell people who get this card, don't listen to anybody for the next 6 months. Don't listen to what people tell you. Don't listen to what anybody says to you. Just trust yourself. This guy, he might be a little bit overly confident. He might believe in himself too much, but you know what? You need that foolish confidence. They often call the jesters the fools, and you need to have that foolish confidence right now. It'll allow you to actually accomplish a lot. There's nothing foolish about it. Like I say, it's this card, when people get it, it's always like people from the outside, so everybody around you will look at you and say, it affects all areas of your life, so it's hard to pinpoint it. But, say you're starting a business or starting a new job. It's like people who get this card often will have a job, plus they'll like start 2 home-based businesses. Or, they'll start a job, and then they'll start a family, and they'll start a business. It's like they always need to have multiple things doing. And people on the outside will look at you and they'll be like, that person's crazy. How can they handle all that? And, they'll talk. And they'll talk about you. But again, they can only think A, B. They can't think of all these things going on. And this card says, don't listen to those people, because guess what? In 6 months, you're going to accomplish a bunch of stuff, and all those people are going to be like, how the heck did they do that? Well, it's because you have this kind of backing you up, the energy allowing you to juggle all this stuff. Like I said, these point A, point B people, if they were to have this energy, they would have a mental breakdown. They wouldn't be able to handle it. They wouldn't be able to handle that many things coming at them at once. So you're going to be busy, number one. And again, this is a 6-month-long energy for the most part, sometimes longer. It can last for a very long time. You're going to be very busy, but you're going to be able to handle it, and won't be very, very much work for you. It'll be easy, which is very nice. And I'm actually going to pull this card next. It came in third, but this card, the 5 of Clubs, is very similar to the Joker, so it's a very strong message for you. This card represents restlessness and actually needing to do multiple things at once. That's the thing. This guy right here, if he's at a job, he can't just work on one project. He needs to work on multiple projects at once. And again, it's hard if you have a boss or something like that. It's hard to get them to understand that you're the type of person that can work on multiple things and do it better than everybody else. That's what this guy can do. Is everybody will talk about you at work and maybe be like, he's rushing, or he works too fast, or he does too many things at once. I'm saying he, but he or she. They say all those things, but the truth is, this guy here on the card can do it better than anybody else, and you'll be able to do it too, so don't listen to those people. And, again, this card represents restlessness, wanting to do multiple things, wanting to work hard, wanting movement. It's like one of those cards that represent just wanting to move around even, wanting to move forward, wanting to be doing a bunch of things. And it's like, I think it's because when, what I'm getting is that when you're moving forward, it's like you feel better. Like when you are doing a bunch of things and you feel like you're progressing, it makes you feel better as well. So that's an important thing. Next, you have the Queen of Hearts coming in, which could be, for a lot of you, actually, I'm getting is love interest coming into you. And it doesn't matter, male or female. Like I say, I don't attach sex to my cards, but this would just be somebody who embraces who kind of embodies the qualities of the Queen of Hearts, which is somebody who's very, very supportive, very mothering, which some people might not like, but they can be very mothering. They can be very caring, very nurturing, very supportive, but also hard workers, very successful, typically water signs. They also typically have light hair. They would be a light-haired water sign, light hair features, kind of light. and that's what they look like, but they would be a lot of fun. So there's definitely that opportunity for a lot of you to experience love coming in this week as well. And finally, you have my favorite card in the deck, the Ace of Clubs. Represents abundance in your entire life. Abundance coming in. It can represent new love. So again, for those of you that are single out there, it can represent love coming in. And it really does represent a lot of new growth. I mean, just new growth coming into your life, more positive situations, better stuff. And like I said, it really is the best card in the deck. It brings in the most positivity, so you can just expect a very positive week. So thank you for watching, and definitely enjoy this week. It'll be an interesting week for sure.